Content warning. This episode discusses content related to death and murder. If you do not like those contents, please do not hesitate to leave the video. From Irish bogs to cave shafts and farms, murder has been a prevalent thing since humans could first kill. The first murder, however, is an interesting one. Well, both of them are. Let me explain. But first, welcome to Fascinating Firsts. This is the show where I talk about firsts that fascinate me. This episode, murder. So, depending on who you ask, there are two possible options for the first murder. One is Cain killing Abel, which was written in the Abrahamic religion's books, those being the Bible, the Quran, and the Torah. And the second is a discovery in Spain in 1992. This discovery led to us finding a 430,000-year-old skull. This skull was found, like I said, in a cave. This cave. Using modern forensic techniques, we found that the skull, or rather who it belonged to, was hit with two blows before being thrown down the cave shaft. The skull was found in 52 pieces, but piecing it together revealed the two blows that seemed to have been caused by the same object. Heck, the idea of a body being thrown down a cave shaft already implies something malicious was happening. No one just throws a body away for no reason. Anyways, one of my favorite historical murders is this man, or the Irish bog body, as I mentioned earlier. Before I start with this, I don't think I'm allowed to show photos of the body, so I'll show photos of something nicer instead. So the man was found in 2003, but was from about 362 to 175 BC. That's over 2,000 years ago. There are theories that this body was once a king or a prince that was killed to poor harvests or weather. But calling it a body seems a bit misleading, because it was really a torso only. The body had been cut in half and the person was decapitated. There was also a wound to his chest, implying that this is what killed him. There was also an injury on one of his arms, which could have come from him trying to defend himself. This body is very interesting, and there's a lot more information about it that I would love to talk about. But because I'm talking about the murders and not the bodies that the murders happened to in this video, I would like to save that for a future video if there is an interest for it. All that being said, if you're interested in learning more about this body, please leave a comment because I would be very interested in talking about it. Anyways, moving on, another well-preserved body is that of Utsi, or this. It's German in origin and I'm not sure how to pronounce it. The belief that this man was a murder victim is due to an arrowhead embedded in his left shoulder and multiple other wounds on his body. This body is also very interesting because apparently we were able to determine what food he ate before he died, what he wore, and things like that. This is because he was in ice and pretty well preserved. We were also able to tell what tattoos he had, and he did have a lot of them. This body tells us a lot about how ancient Homo sapiens lived, from genetics to culture to diet and to materials that they had and everything. So again, there is a lot more surrounding this body that is very interesting to talk about and to learn about. If you would like more information about this body, please let me know, and I'll be happy to make a future video. Going on to the next one from that, a very interesting murder case is that of a singular mummy that was found among five others. These mummies are from about 3400 BC and were excavated at the end of the 19th century. That's near to the 1900s. However, in 2012, a CT scan was done on one of the bodies, EA32751, or this, who was the first excavated mummy. The CT scan found a puncture wound underneath the left shoulder blade. The weapon was used with such force that it slightly damaged the left shoulder blade, shattered the ribs, and penetrated the lung. This blade was believed to be about 12 centimeters long and 2 centimeters wide. Daniel Antoine, an expert on human remains from the British Museum, believes that 32751 was attacked by surprise, as there were no defensive wounds. Like I said, this one interested me a lot, mainly because only one of the six mummies were actually murdered. Sure, the other mummies had weird things happen to them, like one of them had a lot of fractures on the skull and on the bones, but that was after death. It's very interesting and it's very weird. Just goes to show you that ancient Egypt is still a very mysterious place. Speaking of mysteries, I'm still not great at segues, so I won't try one. But that's it for this episode of Fascinating Firsts. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit different from my usual format. It doesn't have a real conclusion, if you could call it that. It's more me just talking about random things throughout history as opposed to the history of how something came to be. If you like this format, please let me know. I'm happy to talk about more things that don't have as straightforward of a history, and it's more just random pieces of history stuck together and made into a video. And like I said earlier, if you want me to make a video on the bog body or bodies, yes, there were multiple, please let me know. And if you want another video on Otzi, please let me know as well. It's a very interesting case. These very ancient but very preserved bodies are very interesting cases because it tells us a lot about history. So if you're interested in that, let me know and I'll make a video on them. If you have any other video ideas, please let me know as well. Leave it in the comments below. I'm happy to talk about anything. If I can go into a deep dive on it, I probably will want to talk about it. All that being said, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Fascinating Firsts, and I hope you enjoyed taking this dive with me. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye for now.